To this day, I always wonder, why the heck did you use a Pokeball, Leon? Yo, what's up everyone? Trayman1 here. Welcome back to another Pokemon, not journeys, but Pokemon Evolutions anime review. Today we will be talking about the first episode called The Champion. And I gotta admit, when the trailer for this show first came out, I actually was not too excited because I was like, they're making another one. Because, you know, we had Generations, which was amazing. We had Origins, which was pretty cool. And seeing that, you know, they were doing another one, and even though we just had Twilight Wings, I thought that these series were going to lose its charm, but I was kind of proven wrong because this episode was actually pretty enjoyable. Let's go to get right into it. For starters, let's talk about the visuals. The aesthetics of this series is amazing. Just seeing like all the Pokemon, the buildings, the structures, it looks so realistic. I love the animation. They really put their all into the animation style. And at first I was like, ooh, the humans look kind of, I wasn't a big fan of the designs, especially Leon. But seeing them fully animated in this episode, I gotta say, it was quite impressive. This episode feels really special to me because I don't really like the Sword and Shield for how they kind of skipped over so much of the story. Like, yeah, they introduced some cool characters, but it was always Leon like, oh, I'll deal with the plot. You go do this, you go do that. Here in this episode, you know, they are showing some of the plot that we did get to see, but what I really love the most is seeing Leon, his PTSD of the darkest day, like seeing him struggling, shaking his Pokeball, just looking like he's having nightmares, checking his Dynamax band to make sure it's still working. I really do love how much the darkest day impacted Leon because, you know, in the games, it's focused on us. So, you know, we see Leon is there and like, you know, we get to see a lot of the same scenes, but we don't really get to see how he feels. We can see how serious he is when it's time to fight for the champion title. But, you know, I didn't know it was like that because he was scared right before this fight. Like, this really does put so much impact on Leon in that final fight with you in the games. I really do love this so much. And as for the darkest day itself, it looks beautiful. Seeing Eternatus in the Eternimax form in the fights, it was so amazing. But I will admit, though, with how Journeys already did this plot, and they did it exactly like the games, I don't know, it just makes me feel like either Journey should have did something different, or maybe this episode should have showed something else. Because, I mean, you can't blame this episode for this. This episode is just telling what the games did. It just makes me sad, though. It's like, dang, you know, Journeys really just copied the games. They didn't do any original plots. Like, they did, like, they developed Rose a bit more. But if you look at Sun and Moon, you know, they changed up some plots. X and Y, they changed up a whole lot of plots. And they still made it work. They hit the key points that we needed to see without copying exactly what the games did. So seeing some of these scenes again, it was just like, okay, you know, this is nice, but this is just like what we saw in Journey. So it wasn't too appealing. I really did love the most Leon scenes though. One of my favorite scenes is this one of Leon walking, because you could really look at it and then look at the one in Journeys when he's walking to go fight Lance. It's really like a parallel, two different Leons. They're the same character, but you can see there's so much difference between the two, not only in animation and art style, but just overall how Leon acts. Like, yeah, the Darkest Day had an impact on our Leon too, but nothing like this one. We can definitely see that here. I do love the interactions between Leon and Charizard as well, building their growth. Honestly, with how Leon was with this Dynamax band, I really think he is undefeated because he uses Dynamax. Like, maybe he was so worried because, like, what if it doesn't work again? That's something interesting, and I actually will look at that into the anime as well, because, you know, most of Leon's fights in the anime have used Dynamax. I would love to see him battle in the anime without it, just to see how good he actually is, but I thought we'll be seeing that, as we haven't seen this character in quite a long time. My review for this episode is a solid 8 out of 10. This was a nice show of Galar. Even though, you know, Galar did already have Twilight Wings as a little mini-series, I did love that they showed this part as well. Now all we need is Alola, because Alola has not had a special yet. Generations ended before, and then Twilight Wings came afterwards. So hopefully, next episode, we will be seeing Alola. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Trayman1, peace out.